if you write the entity, must have a primary key. Okay, the primary key can be have to be the first one. You can have a several candidate key. Okay, you can have a composite key. Okay, you have a lot of hash, but the first one is considered as the primary key. Okay, so that will be see as in this chapter. If you see here, determine the UID. Okay, you must know which one to put as the primary key. Okay, UID. You cannot simply, for example, date of return, you cannot simply denote as a UID. Okay, there is a no wrong and right. Ah, I can say this date of return can be mandatory, but in some cases, this date of return can be a primary key. For example, you borrow the book, the return book can be a primary key for the particular entity. I don't know. Maybe some cases, some organization or some industry can be a primary key. Okay. Everything is upon a database designer, which is you lah. Okay. When you do assignment one, you are the database designer. Okay. So, okay, when you do a uh, when you do assignment one, you are the database designer. So you have to know which one you want to put as a candidate key, composite key, or you want to do a primary key. So whatever key you put is the first one is the primary key. Primary key, what is primary key means? It is the supermost differentiate the record. Okay. Supermost means if let's say you have a date of return as a primary key, the date of return can be same in certain extent can be same as the another another record, but the rental date cannot be same as the another record. For example, if the rental date one means that one cannot I cannot see in another record. Okay, so the common primary key we can see inside the database or in the entity diagram is the ID. Okay, this is a very common one lah, ID. Depend on which ID. Let's say staff ID, staff ID, metric ID, metric ID, uh, uh, card ID, card ID, book ID, book ID, payment ID, payment ID, and so on. Okay, these are the primary key. Is the common primary key we can see in the database. So this primary key will differentiate is the data. Okay, so list down the all attributes and see which one will be the primary key. Okay, which is actually can differentiate all the record or the can differentiate the instances inside the entities. Okay, so basically this all you can go through this one all the theoretical part, how to determine the UID and so on. Okay, so okay, if you see here, entity day versus the attribute date. Okay, entity what is entity or attribute. So in this level, you must know, you will already familiar with what is entity, what is attribute, what is instances. Jangan kata saya tak tahu what is entity, attribute. The first one will be the entity. Okay, you have a purchase entity. ID, date, quantity, unit price are the attributes of the purchase entity. Okay, what they said is consider the entity purchase. You would include a attribute date. You would include the attribute date if you wanted to know when the item was purchased. Okay, for example, this is a purchase item. Okay, so if you want to know what product or what objects things you purchase is based on the date, right? Okay, if let's say today is 29 April, so if let's say I want to know what are the things have been purchased in the shop means I refer to the date. Okay, however, we want to identify trends such as purchasing codes, or if let's say the shop have a purchasing codes, bathing suite and sneakers. How you want to know, identify the trends, because in date you cannot see the trends, right? Okay, so that's why they add a temperature attributes such as a high temperature and low temperature. Okay, so if let's say high temperature is high, means people will mostly shop the sneakers. Takkan dia purchase the coats. Coats they use for the winters. So when the low temperature is high, the coat purchase will be the high. When the high temperature means they will be purchase the bathing suit because of the summer. Takkan winter dia pergi nak purchase the bathing suit, bathing suits. Okay. So from the low and high temperature, they actually can know the trends of the purchase. If let's say high temperature, low temperature means how many purchases are happens in the particular day or the date. Okay. But however, remember the third normal form, a non-UID attribute cannot have the attribute of its own. Maksudnya, if let's say I change the high temperature and low temperature, will the date change? Of course, it will be changed lah. Different date must have a different temperature. Okay. So what the third norm form said is must comply the first two, and non-UID attribute cannot depend on the non-UID. Date need non-UID. How I know non-UID? Because there is no hash. This one also no hash. Okay. No hash cannot be dependent. Okay, what is dependent means? Again, I explain you. If I change this one, it does not change. Okay, that is the dependent. If let's say I change the date, high temperature, low temperature, never change means kalau saya tukar date, high temperature, low temperature, tak tukar means it doesn't dependent. Dia tak saling bergantung pada satu sama lain. If let's say it's change, means it is dependent. So that's why we put a separate entity here. We put a date as the primary key, then high temperature and low temperature as the non-unique identifier. In this case, it is a mandatory. Okay. So it is now complied the third normal form. Yes. Okay. Non-unique identifier depend on the unique identifier. Okay. So what I'm saying is it is depend on the how you see a entity. It is dekat sini bukan the problem is non-UID, UID. The problem is let's say I want to see a trend. What is important for the trend? Kalau dekat sini ada ISMP mathematics, you draw a trend means you must have a X and Y value in the graph. Okay, what is X value? What is the Y value? Okay, X value, what is the attribute? Y value, what the attribute? Then only you can have a trend. For example, here you have a date as a Y value, X value will be the high temperature and the low temperature. So this will be the what will be the two line graph when you do a trend. Okay, so this is how you see the database. Okay, I'm explain kan trend ini semua. This is the work of the data analyst or the data analyst lah. Okay, data analyst. Because data analyst they also have a few process. We have data cleaning, data mining, and so on. Then we put inside a storyboard how the data we want to make a story from the data to the audience. This is a very long process. Okay, if let's say we have a data science course, if we meet, if we have chance, then I explain more lah. Okay, so that is data science. Okay, so the basic for your data science is the basic one is the database. Okay, how you get the data from for your storytelling in the data analysis or something, everything must become from the database. So database must become from your ERD diagram. That's why the database system course is very important. Okay, when you pursue your major in data analytics or data science, your basic fundamental is the ERD diagram. Okay, so these are all about the diagram. If let's say you don't want to see the trend means, you can put a high temperature, low temperature, but it doesn't comply the date. Then you put a primary key as a date means already comply. Sir, let's say I put a primary key date here. Is it comply? Yes, comply. In one entity, you can put a hash as a date. Okay. It is all dependent how you see a entity, what you want from the entity. Let's say you want a particular day. Particular day as an entity means you put a separate entity. Okay. If let's say I don't want to date, I only want to the trend line, or I only want the graph means you can put straight away, can put a hash there. When you put hash there, you have a ID and the date. Which one you want to denote as the primary key? You have to choose. You have to see the other relationship attribute. If I put this primary key, it will be different or not. If I put the date, will be same on the other entity or not. These are all the consideration you see in the ERD diagram. Okay, now you have a very big picture on see the ERD diagram. Okay, okay. Uh, so these are the time related constraints. These are the theoretical part. Okay, you have a time related constraint, for example, end time, start time for a booth or volunteer or particular exam. If you conduct an exam or quiz, you have a time related constraint. Okay, so this all you can go through this all are theoretical part, transferability, because we already see this the basic of the transferability. What they want to explain is the constraint you want to consider when you do a ERD diagram. Okay, so the most important part is uh, this one, all the theoretical part. You can go through what is the price today, the price constraint, for example, the gold price. uh, every day have a new price for the gold. How, if you, let's say you want to develop a gold management system, how you want to do a gold constraint. Let's say the gold price increase but your database doesn't increase the gold price means big problem also. Okay, when you buy a gold, for example in the bank, we have a lot of banks selling the gold. Okay, if let's say the gold increase, the bank never increase the gold, problem also. Okay, because all the system you must see behind there is a ERD diagram. What is the constraint? What time the goal open, what time goal close of the day. Everything you must be seen, same as your money exchanges. Every day money fluctuate, search and so on. Okay, you have to see ringgit today is drop or going up and everything. If let's say you have a currency exchange management system, okay, how you want to manage the customer exchanges, currency exchanges and so on. Okay, okay, these are the historical price changes, and when you have a certain purchase of the price, what are the constraints and so on. Okay, these are all the theoretical part. Okay, so the most part to be highlighted in the this slide is the drawing convention. Okay, what is convention means peraturan. Okay, peraturan, we can say is less of peraturan lah. Peraturan means rules, you must be follow a certain rules. Okay, must follow the rules. Okay, convention means it is a guidance, guidance for you to follow. Okay, if you don't want to follow means okay, but then you don't doesn't have a complete ERD diagram or the very neat or proper ERD diagram. So what's the ERD drawing convention said is, okay, so actually you see here a lot of theoretical part. Okay, so how I see the ERD diagram. Okay, let me tell how I see the ERD diagram, how I draw the ERD diagram. Okay, so I will draw the ERD diagram or arrange the ERD diagram diagonally from left top to right bottom. Okay, I always do like this. Okay, How I arrange, I only see three parts in the diagonal part. Okay, one is left upper part or left top, center part, and then bottom right part. So what I do is, if let's say the entity, particular entity have a large number of attribute, but less relationship, only one relationship or two relationship, not more than two lah. Okay, I will stick into a one relationship. I put the top right. If let's say the particular attribute have a large attribute but more relationship, I put in the bottom left. Okay, bottom left. If let's say the particular entity have a more relationship, for example 1 2 3 4 5 6, I put the center. Less attribute, less relationship, I put the left bottom. Less attribute, let's say compared to this one is little bit more, means I put here. Okay, so this is how I see, how I draw the ERD diagram. Okay, even if you find here also, when high volume entities are on the upper left, okay, upper left the position, okay, the cross field will tend to point the south and east, south and east, you see here. Okay, so more relationship diagram always will be in the center or nearest to the center. Okay, if I say me center, means it doesn't mean accurately center, no, it more or less than center, can be here, can be here, it is depend on how big is the entity and how you arrange it. Okay, but I will always follow the diagonal line. Okay, very pack one relationship, I put a center. More attribute but less, more attribute less relationship, I put here. Less attribute, more relationship compared to the upper one, I put here, or less one, I put here. Okay, it depends on how you arrange the things. Okay, how it is helps in your draw your ERD diagram is, it will give you a proper ERD diagram. If you see your forum one, what you draw is, sometimes the line go here, come here, suddenly the line crossed here, come to here, suddenly the line you draw here, suddenly you connect, okay, malaslah na turunkan, you apa buat line ke situ, sambung sini. Okay, why it happens? Because you never follow the convention. Okay, so these are the convention to draw the convention. When you draw like this, you will have a more proper diagrams. If you see here, 1 2 3 4 5 6, we have 6, you can draw like this. Okay, you see here 1 2 3, it is 10 in the center, 1 2 bottom. Let's say you have a more attribute, you can also put here. So depends on how you see here. Okay. So this is a clarity is a key. Clarity is a key, is not another key. Clarity is a key means sensibly you must draw the ERD diagram. Your ERD diagram must be a proper, must be neat. That is the first thing. ERD diagram must be neat. Then only people will have the nice view, nice thought on see your ERD diagram. Okay, don't give a cincai work to me. Jangan buat cincai-cincai, draw here, connect line here, jangan buat macam tu. Okay, do a proper neat line. Okay, guna pembaris, the diagram must be correctly draw and so on. You see here, these are the, don't worry, in assignment one, you can see all the legends. I say many times also, we can see a lot of legends in assignment one. So you also can put like this. It depends on how you see the diagram. That's why I say this is a ERD convention. This is not a ERD rules. This is suggestion you to draw a proper line. Okay. If you see here, this is not a comply the ERD diagram. Diagonally, no. But you can also draw a diagram like this one. Okay. So don't try to avoid use the recursive. It will be confuse the user. Okay. So far you don't have any recursive in your assignment or so far. So you can actually write a proper diagram without a recursive. But you can use a exclusive or super type subtype, many to one, one to many, transferability, bar line, use it. Okay, so these are the total uh, total conclusion of the chapter 8. Okay, if you see here, chapter 8 is this. Okay, okay, let me see here. Okay, so this is you learn about the chapter 8. Okay, let's I move to your assignment one first. Okay, before that, ada tak selain daripada group D in this class? Ada? I think ada kan? Selain daripada group D, ada? Tak ada? Anyone? Ada student bukan daripada group D? Group D maksud saya Jumaat kelas pagi. Selain daripada kelas Jumaat pagi. Ada, tak ada. Okay, so everyone is from group D. Okay, good. Okay. So let's remove from your chapter assignment. Okay. Ada tak yang saya tanya about the assignment one dalam group ni? Ada. Okay. Let me explain about your assignment one. Okay. What you must do in your assignment one? Okay. So what are the deliverables is? First is you must include the cover page. Okay. What must be in the cover page? Itu pun saya dah bagi tahu. Okay. Si logo, course code, name, student name, metric ID, program name, semester, and the lecturer name. Second page must have a neatly drawn ERD diagram. Okay. You must have a neatly drawn ERD diagram. Second page, a short report, one page only. One page only means I'm expecting you from here until here. Approximately you will have a 120, 120 to 180 words. Okay, from here to here. One page of report, not more than one page. Okay, I only want a one page report. Okay, so ada yang student lagi pandai sikit, dia buat apa? Dia tukar font kepada capital letter and so on. And then some student, they are more clever, they put a point form. Okay, this is not SPM, this is not STPM, matrix or diploma. Okay, you all are degree. Okay, this is a degree level assignment. I'm expecting everyone, it's not expecting, you must write inside a paragraph. What will be the font? Standard form for all the assignment. Whatever assignment you do inside your UPSI, any course or whatever assignment you do, uh, in assignment you do in this course or any other course, or thesis. Even your thesis standard font is Times Roman 12, Arial 11. These are the standard. Okay, these are the standard. Times Roman, you use a 12 font, use the Arial. If you use Arial, you use the 11. Okay, these are the standard. Apart from that, I don't want to see any other font. Okay, in academics, there is no other font behind this one. I don't want to see a Calibri. I don't want to see a sans serif. I don't want to see a Tahoma. I don't want to see any other font. Okay, even you want to write a thesis, you want to send any other assignment to your lecturer or in other program or other course, this is the standard font. Okay, even you want to write a report uh, for your club, society, when you want to hantar kepada SPS, SPS apa dia? Section pembangunan sasia ke, anything ke, these are the standard form. Times Roman 12 or Arial 11. Okay. Apart from that, I don't want to see any font inside your assignment. Okay. I'm expecting you a degree level assignment. And then second thing is must be in a paragraph. Okay. Even you write in your final exam, try to avoid write in the point form. Okay. You are all as a degree student. You are semua dah in a degree level student. Don't write in a point form. Ini bukan nota. Ini bukan nota. This one is not a notes or this one is not a minutes. To write in the point form. Must write in a paragraph. Why must write in a paragraph means, let's say you answer in an exam. Of course, we as a lecturer, when we SEMA, we want to give a marks. We of course we will see a certain keywords to mark your paper. When you write in a point form, you only write that point. We cannot give a marks. But when you write in a paragraph, you are forced to write more, which you don't know that will give you marks, but it is a marks for your particular structure question or the essay question. Okay, so when we find we want to give marks to the students, but we cannot give marks because we cannot see some particular words or particular keywords from your answer script. So when you write more, write in a paragraph, as normally you will write something that you cannot realize that is the correct term for the particular answer. So that's why I will suggest student to write in a paragraph. Okay, so write in a paragraph. I don't want to see any point form inside the report. Okay, so sir, what should I write inside the report? Okay, so what is the assignment is mainly is about when you go to here. Okay, Adventure Tours and Berhide is a company that organizes guided tours to various destinations. Okay, ini company, satu company pelancongan. Okay, it buat many tours to a various destination. They need a database to manage their tours, customer bookings, and guides with the following specification. So how many stakeholders you have? You have a customer, and then you have a guide, and the company itself. Okay, this all you must be consider for your ERD diagram. Okay, sini I give a entity and the attributes as a reference. Okay, you have a tours for each tour as a unique tour ID, name, description, start date, end date, maximum number of participants. If customer means you have a unique customer ID, name, email, phone number, okay, and so on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. After this, tomorrow I start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw entity cepat-cepat. Write the report, whatever I want to write, and then anta assignment. Okay. I don't want to see this kind of works. Okay. But of course, we will have students will send or submit this kind of assignment. So if let's say this assignment is 100 marks, So how many marks I will give you? Okay, I only expecting 2-page assignments from you. Okay, whether you want to draw ERD diagram as a landscape, title should be must have top here. Don't put a top here and then you draw a landscape here. Want to do a portrait ERD diagram? You put the title here, draw the ERD diagram, nice. Jangan yang lari daripada luar page and so on. Because you must submit in a PDF. Okay? Before submit me a PDF file, you go through first your PDF file first. Whether this is a neat diagram, this is a proper diagram, this is a proper project report, then only send to me. I give you a very ample time of due date. Okay, comes to your assignment here. Okay, I give a few entities and a few attributes. But analyze the business requirement, determine the primary keys of each entity. Identify the types of relationship, one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many between the entities. And then student must draw the ERD diagram using the correct format. Yang tadi kita belajar, right convention, if you do a super type, subtype, how the lines should be, and everything. Okay. Ensure that all the entities, attributes, relationship, and constraints are clearly represented. What is mean by constraint? If you see here, I give you a limited type of entities. It can be 7, can be 8, can be 9, can be 10, can be 11, 15, 20 also can. It can be cope inside one page. You can draw how many entities also you can draw. Okay. Your ERD diagram, I can surely tell you your ERD diagram cannot 100% same as your friend ERD diagram. There is no wrong and right answer in this ERD diagram. Okay. If you copy exactly your friend's ERD diagram or you use AI tool to draw ERD diagram, I can simply find out because this is a subjective question. Subjective question means you must use your critical and creative thinking to come out the ERD diagram. Okay, that's why I do this kind of assignment. Okay, I want you to think about out of box because later you go to the industry organization or later you want to do a final year project. You only have one title. You come out with this kind of database entities and so on. So after this, you will be very easy. Okay. So you use a AI tools also, or you copy your friend's assignment also. I can simply find out. Okay, don't worry. Okay, because there's no right and wrong in this ERD diagram. Because every human perception is different from another one. Okay, let me I tell you one example. If you see here, as a customer, I doesn't have a customer sign up or login database here. Maybe one student can see a login and sign up here. Another student cannot have a sign up or login entity. They said like, sir, customer can as a guest to pay for the particular tour. Correct? If you log in also correct. Okay, depends on each student perspective. That's why I say you have a 30 students, I have a 30 different ERD diagram. Okay, if let's say your friend do something else, you do something else, don't worry, both are the correct. Okay, until you explain me inside the report. Okay, what you have to explain inside the report, of course, the constraint you are face. Just now we see a organization constraint, time constraint, and the trend constraint and everything. What are the constraints you see? For example, I just now I said the login constraint. Okay, you can mention inside your report. Okay, the customer is a guest to book the particular entity. That's why no login and sign up button are included in this entity. Okay, these are the constraints you find. Even inside this one also, I never put all the entities. For example, main guide, assistant guide. You can have a super type, subtype here, or you can have exclusive or. Depends on how you see the entities. There's no right and wrong. Okay, you must explain inside your report what are the relationship between one entities to another entities, why you choose this particular primary key among all the candidate key. Okay, what are the constraints, what are the entities you added, these particular things you must be explained inside your report. Okay, understand? So if you do a very simplest work means you have a two page. The assignment is about a two page only. One ERD diagram, one report. Let's say, sir, I have a more than one page report. Make it shorter to one page. Okay. If let's say cannot, sir, I have 5 pages of report to explain. Make it as a one page. It's okay. You never explain everything in all A to Z inside a one page. Okay. You just pinpoint or write the important points in one page. Okay. Don't write a one page until half of the page. Must be at least a three-quarter of page. At least a three-quarter of page. Okay. So failure to meet the deadline. This is very important. Failure to meet the deadline. The assignment will award the 0 marks. Okay. If you see in my guru, where's your assignment? Okay. Assignment 1 due date is on 18/5 until I give 11:59. It means like 18 is, when is 18 is the on Sunday. If you see here, 18 May is on Sunday. Sunday you have until 11:59. Okay. If I calculate tomorrow you start to do work until 18, of course you will have more than 12, 15 entity. If you do one entity per day, you have a 18, 17, sorry, 18 plus, 15, 14 entities inside your diagram. Don't give me 7, 8, 9 entities. If you do a one entity one day, you have more than 15 entities until 18:15, 18:5. Okay, so I can evaluate your work. Is one day work, 2 days work, 3 days work, or 1 second work. I can evaluate based on your entity. Okay, and every assignment I will go through inside the class. Why? Because your assignment 2 is depend on your assignment 1. Okay, assignment 2 is a group work, will be based on your assignment 1. From your ERD diagram, you transfer to the SQL statement. Okay, after this I will share the group link. Since how many students are in this group? Since there will be a 29 students, if I'm not mistaken. Since there will be a 29 students, uh, one group will be 6 students, 6, 6, 12, 18, 24, and then the rest of 5 students will be one group. Okay, maximum 6 student, and then the minimum will be 5 student in only one group. Okay, later I share the Google Doc for you to fill up the names for your respective group name. Okay, for the group members, try to be a mix of gender, mix of program, mix of programs and the gender. Jangan laki semua satu group, perempuan satu group, and then 80-20 satu group, AC10 satu group, ISMP satu group, be a mix of students. And then for the assignment 2, what is best means I will evaluate individually. Kalau you tak buat kerja dalam group work, your group present very well also, you will get the 0 marks. How I find out means through the presentation, plus I will ask every member of the group, is it the particular member give you 100% commitment or not? Okay, I don't want to be a silent partner getter. equal marks. Okay. If you do you give a commitment to your group members, you will get marks. If you never give a commitment members, you sleep inside in your hostel, then you never get marks. Okay, very simple. Okay, so that's assignment one. Any question about your assignment one? I open the floor. Hmm. Okay. Depends on you. Okay, you can use a, software like a Draw.io, or you want to use other software also can. We have a Lucid Chart, Smart Draw. We have a lot of software. You can use it, or you want to draw a hand diagram also can. You draw hand diagram. Don't use a correction tape or liquid paper. The lines I will be checked correctly. Must be a straight line. Use a ruler and everything, you paste it here also can, or you want to use a word diagram, sir sumo susala sir, I use a word diagram, it will be very easier for me, can. Okay, you use a handwrite tools can, any other online tools also can. You want to do a draw in a word diagram also can. Okay, I want only see a one page of erd diagram. Okay, other than that, any question? Okay. So if you see here, the grading criteria: correct identification of entities and attribute, accurate representation of relationship and cardinalities, proper use of ERD format, clarity and readability of diagram. This one is important. Clarity and readability. Okay, I can read your diagram. Okay, you look at handwritten, make sure you scan betul-betul correct. Don't do a simple buat dalam kertas, your note buku nota ke apa ke, jangan buat macam tu. And then don't snap your screen. Okay, I don't want that screen snap. If you want to snap the screen can, but betul-betul you uh, snapshot the screen, betul-betul can be readable and clarity. Okay, and then justification of design choices in the report. Okay, why you choose the particular design choices. Design choices mean by the cardinalities, the relationship, the transferability, and so on. Okay. Use a consistent naming convention. Sini ada name, sana ada customer name. Tapi dua-dua same attribute. Clearly label all the parts of ERD diagram. State any assumption about the business rules that are not explicitly mentioned in the requirement. These I said as the constraint. Okay. Sometimes you assume, for example, the guide, tadi nampakkan guide can be a local guide, foreign guide, and also, okay, these are all the assumption you made for the particular company. Okay, in the requirement, I never give the local or foreign guide. Can have what? Can have translator what? If let's say you have a someone book from the Korea, of course Korean cannot understand English. If you go to the Korean country, of course they know the Korean language. Okay, even and I went to the Korea 2008, 2018. I went to the Korea. I went to their bookstore. All Korean books. No single English book or other language book. Then I go to their school library. All Korean language book. Even the science, maths, all they learn in the Korean language. Okay. So that particular country they don't know English. When you speak to the person in the road, or the person inside the what we call someone you sell the things also, they will most understand the Korean language. You only need the translator when you talk to them. Okay, most of them they have a Korean language. When you talk to the students or the higher education university students, some people they know the Korean language lah. Okay, so if let's say someone from the Korea book your tour, particular company. So you need a translator. So these are all the assumptions. That's why I say the creative and critical thinking is different from one person to another person. There's no right, there's no wrong in the ERD diagram. Okay. So how you see the ERD diagram is depends on you. Okay. You can make it a 5 ERD diagram also. You can make it a 20 ERD diagram also. You can make it. Okay. The more effort you put, the more marks you will get. Okay. Next, any other question from your assignment one? Okay. Since no questions, okay, let's we move to your class schedule. Okay. Okay. First of all, I have to apologize for all your everyone because couldn't make it for the past last week, right? Last week, another class 2 weeks. Suddenly, my timetable, my schedule become PEX. Lagi-lagi Mei ni. From 1st May until the 31st May, my whole the calendar are booked with the full of the events. Okay, particularly on Friday. Uh, Even coming Friday also, I have a training with the AWS. Okay. Okay. If let's say you have a training outside, please join. Why I'm saying so is because when you go to the industry, first they see the academic. Uh, you must understand whatever happened in the university, whatever happens in yourself, whatever happens in your family, what happened in your relationship, your friends, or your any other relationship, the first and foremost thing is your academic CGPA. Okay, academic CGPA is very important. Okay, we cannot afford everybody anugrah. Kita tak boleh afford everybody anugrah. It's like MPP lah. All the student cannot be a MPP. Okay. If you dapat anugerah pelajar diraja ke, anugerah pelajaran diraja ke, anugerah buku fakulti ke, or any other anugerah, is your plus point. Okay. If you get means very good. But we can afford you, every student in university, we have more than 10,000 of students here, we can afford you to get a first class degree. Okay. What is required is your efforts. Okay. And then the CGPA to get a first class degree in the UPSI compared to other university, especially the research university, is 0.50 lower. If you get a 3.70 in the UPSI, you can get a first class degree. Unless you go to the USM, UM, they have a 3.75. Okay, you need to get, don't think, oh, just a 0.50. We have a student get 3.69. Nah, apa yang paling sakit adalah student yang dapat 3.69. You dapat 3.69, 3.69 is your CGPA. So what's you cannot get the exemption of your PTPTM unless you get a scholarship. You're lucky lah. If you get a KPM scholarship, you get a what TAR scholarship, Tunka Abdul Rahman scholarship is your plus point lah, or other scholarship, bank scholarship, it depends on you. So most of majority of people we have a PTPTN scholarship. To get a PTPTN scholarship, wave is first requirement is to get a 3.70. Okay, if you get a 3.69 also, you cannot get that exemption. No. So what we can afford all the student is to get a 3.70. Try to not get a C and below into a 3 credit hour course. Whatever course or program it is. Try not to get. Try means try your level best. You gaduh dengan pesyarah itu ke, you gaduh dengan sesiapa ke, try not to get a C and below, particularly in a 3 credit hour course. Sebab it will be affect your entire CGPA. Okay, your CGPA will go down drastically. Even you get an A on all the subject, the rest of subject. And then untuk baiki that particular C and below grade, you must put a lot of effort, because the CGPA is like that. When it drops, it will drops very largely. When it go naik, you nak baiki, you nak dapatkan A, untuk dapatkan tu, dia akan naik slow. That's why we have a lot of cases, 3.69, 68. Paling sakit adalah 3.69. Okay, you put a little more effort, to get a 3.70, to get exemption. Okay, to get exemption, 3.70 and above. Dapat je 3.70, get exemption. Okay, that is the particular thing. Okay, that is why I think kenapa saya stress ni adalah the first thing in your resume, the first thing whatever place you go, the first thing you want to put is what is your qualification. Dia tak nak tengok you dapat anugerah pelajaran diraja ke, you nak dapat buku fakulti ke, you dapat MPP ke, you jadi MMK ke, you pergi wakil Malaysia ke sini ke, Olympic ke, SEA Games ke, the first thing you put inside your resume is what? Your academic qualification. Bachelor of Software Engineering, kurungan Educational Software with honors. Kalau letak first class, very bagus. Some people they written as a first class, with a first class. Let's say you put a Bachelor of Mathematics with education, or Bachelor of Education Mathematics with first class. True. Finish. Your resume become a very valuable thing. Okay, that's why I'm stressing you put a little more effort to get a first class degree. Okay, since the university still have a 3.70, use this opportunity to get a first class. Go out, graduate with a university with the first class, because every resume, every qualification, every interview, they will see your qualification. What is your qualification? They never see anything. Okay, so that's why I stressed out. Okay, so your qualification is very important. Okay, apart from that, why I'm saying this is okay, so how you get this kind of good marks is by doing delivering a good assignment, good answer all the quiz, where don't plagiarize, and so on. Do your final exam, take your final exam seriously, study your exam, and so on. Okay, so actually I want to tell you something. Saya pun lupa apa yang saya nak sampaikan adalah I'm searching for I'm searching for my schedule thing. Actually I want to tell you something. Okay, so okay, I remember it. So many things in my head. Okay, first thing is your academic qualification. Second thing they want to see is your certification. Okay, you have a chance to do a certification. For example, IT related students lah. If you have CompTIA certification, or AWS, or you have a Google certificate, or you have a Microsoft certificate, you have a chance to join a bengkel ke apa ke, this kind of certificate is help you the second part. Okay, kalau you ada buat bengkel ke, please join and get the certificate. People don't want to see I know Laravel, I know database. Where people will evaluate based on your certificate. Okay, that's why we are lecturer also, we know also the theoretical part, but we have to sit down and get a certain kind of certification to endorse ourselves. Then only people know, okay, this person know this kind of thing. And then, okay, so that's the AWS. Even though I know the AWS, I do a lot of projects within the AWS, but I don't have it. I need to do a certification. Okay, so that's why the AWS training this Friday. Coming Friday is your mid-sem break. Okay, jangan pula yang datang kelas. Okay, there's no class coming Friday. Okay, coming Friday means on 9 of May. 9 of May, no class. Following week, please take note. Nanti I will inform in group also. Please take note. 16 of May also no class. Why 16 no, May of no class means all the meta faculty going for the retreat. Okay, 16 also no class. Okay, but the problem is the whole week is the retreat. So I cannot find the perfect schedule for you to replace between the weekdays. Okay. I also tanak kaca you punya weekends. If let's say I forced to disturb your weekends means I try lah, but I don't want to try disturb your weekends, even for you and myself also. Okay. Okay. I don't want to try not to disturb your weekends. Okay, the whole week is the meta faculty retreat, so the 16 will be no class. Follow week 23, I have another workshop outside of the UPSI. Okay, but this workshop is 3 day of workshop, but I try to find a time to attend our class. Okay, I try to find the way. Okay, uh, because this involves KPM, KPT, and some UPSI, TNCPI, and so on. See, okay, so that's why I try to. I don't know how the situation shape. If let's say I have to present something or I have to give my opinion on the particular workshop, uh, I will might cancel the 23rd class. But whatever it is, I try to find the way to have our class on 23 because I need to finish up the second part of the assignment, which is the SQL. Okay. If let's say 23rd, I think cannot be. If I say 23rd, we can make it online. 30, I'll try to find a way to make it as a physical class because I want to deliver some important things about the SQL. Okay, if let's say I can find a free spot inside the UPSI in on Friday because our all the lecture class, all the computer class, and all the in a maximum capacity. So that's why I do an online class. So I'll try to find a suitable class to attend physically on the 30th. Okay, if let's say I can find. Okay, between this May I find to way to have a midterm. Okay, your midterm will be a face to face. Midterm will be a face to face. Maybe I can put it around a 30 or I can push into a June. Okay, either anyway, I try to find either way. Okay, so the most important part is 9 next week no class, following week 16 no class, and then following 23 I have no class. Okay, because 23 also I have a full work because 21, 22, 23 is my workshop. 2021 I have to inside the UPSI, but I have to attend the Edo Innovate. Okay, 2021 Edo Innovate. We have a international exhibition in the UPSI. Okay, I need to participate in the Edo Innovate. Okay, take this opportunity, go for the Edo Innovate. Okay, I think most of the class will be cancelled on the 2021. Go to the Edo Innovate, try to get some idea on the current trend of innovation. Okay, you will see students, you will see the outsiders, you will see the lecturers of the UPSI, you will see all the kata otai-otai lah. You will see all the genius, brilliant people. You will see all the industry in the Edo Innovate. Okay, all they are will be participate. From there, you will get some idea on how to do your final year project and what the stand of Malaysia in innovation. Okay. Other than this Edo Innovate, we have a lot of exhibition outside. We have ITEX. If let's say you stay nearby in KL, let's say you want one day, okay, for chilling, you want to go for the KLCC, you go for the ITEX exhibition. Very famous exhibition in Malaysia. You want to see the real innovation, you go to the ITEX. Okay. very expensive for the exhibitors lah, not for the people you want to see. For the exhibitors, okay, go for the ITEX. And then we have a certain expo, we have MTEX, and we have so on. Okay, if let's say you have an opportunity to participate in this kind of exhibition, innovation exhibition, try to find a lecturer, ask for the UPSI sponsor and go to participate. When I'm in a bachelor and when I'm studying degree, I take this innovation competition as my tool to explore the outside world, not inside the Malaysia, but outside the Malaysia. I went to Thailand, I went to Indonesia, I went to the other university, Sabah Sarawak, plus the all the public university I went through this innovation competition, represent UPSI. From Perlis until Johor. I went to all the university. The university I never went is I almost went to all the university so far. I think UMS I never covered. Unimas never covered yet. Other than UITM Perlis, Shah Alam, University Malaysia Pahang, University Malaysia Technical Melaka, UTHM, UTM, everything I got. Okay, so take this opportunity to explore more about the outside world. Okay, so when you have a chance to see inside the UPSI, go to the Edo Innovate. Okay, if let's say you have opportunity to see me in Edo Innovate, please come to see me. Okay, so I tell you where I will be on the Edo Innovate. Okay. Okay, so that's our today's class. So the next 3 weeks will be no class. Okay, plan your journey, plan your balik kampung accordingly. I don't know the other class lah. Okay, for my Friday class, there will be no class in 3 weeks, 2 weeks. The following week, I'll try to communicate with you whether we will proceed with the class and so on. Okay, that is the lecture. Okay, assignment you must do. Next part is before I end the class. Next part is okay. I share inside group also. Try to install this software XAM. Okay. Let me ask. I share the link inside the WhatsApp group and also here the chat. Okay. In here ada tak student yang pakai selain daripada Windows? Ada yang pakai Mac, Linux, OS ke? Student, you are not using Windows. Okay. Don't tell me I use Android. Android tak boleh. You must use a Windows. You must use a desktop OS. Okay. Okay. Semua guna Windows. Okay. No problem. Okay. Then you can install this XAMPP. Okay. From XAMPP, we will learn about the SQL, how to retrieve the data, how to add the database, how to create database. Okay. For the IT students, if let's say the education student also want to learn, this XAMPP we act as a local host. Okay, we will use as a database. At the same time, you can also use to as a web development. Okay, after this database class, you will learn to how to connect your website to the database. Okay, if let's say we have a time after finish assignment 1, assignment 2, your midterm, and after I finalize your all the grades and I satisfied with all your works, and then we have some ample time, we will explore some about the HTML, PHP, how to create a simple website to connect with the database. Okay, then you will have a roughly idea how the database works with the website. Okay, it is not very easy, but you get some ideas. Okay, you will learn more deeply in the web development class. Okay, besides the XAMPP, we have a lot of tools. We have Nginx, we have a lot of frameworks and so on. Okay, but I use the XAMPP because it is a very easy to run a local host. Okay, try to install it. you just have to click the Windows here, no Linux OS. If you want to use a Mac, then you PM me. Because if you use a Mac or Linux, you have to use a separate OS. Okay, since you all using the Windows, you can download this one, the Windows XAMPP, and then you click the next until finish. You will install. Some laptop they will have a error. Some laptop you face error. We will find how to solve the error inside the class. Okay, so the next following class you will learn about the SQL programming language, structured query language, using a XAMPP and so on. Okay, structured query language is a very easy language you can learn in one day also. One day you can finish a SQL because very easy language. The main thing is you have to memorize the certain text. That's all. It's not memorized, but you have to remember, because you have to remember. Even the name also in English, you can easily remember lah. Okay, it's not very hard. It's very easy. Okay, so it is no problem. You can finish in a one day also. But I will extend for a few weeks to better understanding the SQL. Okay. Apart from all this, you have any question? Let me share inside your WhatsApp group also. Okay. Selain daripada ni assignment, your class timetable, and so on. Any question? Ni group D kan? Okay. 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 So let's say you don't have any question. Okay. I take the attendance first. Munira, ada? Nur Munira. Ni group D kan? Ni dah tak ada. Nur Damia?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Britney? Britney?
Britney, Rufina dengan Aina, diorang join kelas esok malam.
Esok. Okay. Kamal? Kamal esok juga? Ke tak ada? Siti Nur Mahira?
Saya.
Putri Aina?
Saya, sir.
Aziratul Azrin?
Ada, sir.
Muhammad Luqman? Tunku Mazidah?
Saya, sir.
Afiq Zulfatli? Afiq tak ada. Nurul Ain?
Saya, sir.
Muhammad Afiq Aiman? Muhammad
Saya,
Afiq
sir.
Aiman? Ada. Okay. Prisha? Ada.
Present, sir.
Nur Sara Zulaika? Tak ada. Khairi? Khairi Ishraf? Amirul Syauqi? Tak ada. Kenapa ramai tak ada? Irfan?
Ada, sir.
Muhammad Shazmi?
Ada, sir.
Muhammad Fahimuddin?
Ada, sir.
Beckham?
Bisa.
Ashaira?
Ada, sir.
Khairul Ikhwan? Tak ada. Muhammad Ilyas?
Ada, sir.
Ishraf? Ishraf tak ada. Azlin?
Ada, sir.
Nurul Aisyah?
Ada, sir.
Alia Maisara?
Ada, sir.
Okay. Okay. So the rest I will see our tomorrow class lah. Hopefully they have. Saya tak boleh save. Save as a Excel. Uh-huh. Okay. Depends on you. Okay. I will give you marks based on 2 page only. ERD diagram report. Okay. If you want to put matrix diagram, you want to put attribute as you want to do a table instant chart. The first one we what kind table instant chart you want to put, you want to draw this one, it depends on you. Okay. Uh, if you put also less, I consider for the extra marks lah. Okay. It is subjective. I want only 2 pages. If you want to do also, no can. But of course, when you draw before you draw the ERD diagram, you must do a matrix diagram, the relationship name, and so on. Okay, you want to put also, no problem. But my requirement is 2 page. Okay, my requirement, basic requirement is 2 page. The after the 2 pages and everything, it depends on you. Okay, you want to write down, do want to write down also, no problem. Okay, I want the ERD diagram report, finish your assignment. Okay, other than that, any question? Okay, my assignment one is very simple. Okay, only 2 page. Bukan macam assignment lain. ERD diagram report. Report pun 1 page only. Okay, 3/4. Okay, and then I give you ample of time. Tengok bila you kena submit. So I'm expecting you some quality work. Jangan macam the forum you did. Okay, take a lesson from the forum and give a best work. Okay. Apart from this, any question? Okay, no question. Then we can. Sir, quiz minggu. Okay. Thank you for reminding me. Quiz, I think the lambada, you cannot do a quiz. Tomorrow I open 1 day. Tomorrow I open 1 day for the group D. Okay, ada tak attendance yang selain daripada group D or anyone attend? Okay, all the students from group D. Okay, so then I open a group D quiz tomorrow. 1 day. Not 1 day. Okay lah, 1 day. Okay, I open 1 day. You answer between any 1 hour. Okay, the quiz requirement is 1 hour. So you answer in 1 hour. Okay, so I open from 8 a.m. until 11:59 p.m. 8 a.m. until 11:59 p.m. You take 1 hour between any of this time, answer the quiz question. So the quiz will be from chapter. Sekejap, saya set up your quiz. Quiz 2. Okay, the quiz chapter will be from chapter 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, I repeat, question from chapter 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3 sampai 6. Okay, start from tomorrow 8 a.m. until I give you 1 day. Sepatutnya tak boleh, tapi I give you. Okay, since okay, you take any time duration, any 60 minutes between, any 1 hour between, and then answer the questions. Okay. I think you can see the quiz inside the my group. Okay, we'll nampak quiz dalam my group for the group D. Okay, you take any 1 hour to answer the quiz. from chapter 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Other than this, anything I miss out? Anything question? Okay. No. Semua okay Okay, and thank you and sorry a lot sebab I tak boleh, cannot avoid any of the meeting or workshop. Something I need to attend and must be present and so on. Okay, my May is full of very packed, very packed. I see my calendar from first day until the 31st is full of pack. Even the last week also I have a workshop. Okay, so in May we will try to go through together. Okay, thank you so much for attending today's class. So I will try to comply everything. Okay, thank you class. See you following week. Bye. Take care. Terima kasih. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.